dispute process? Because I know the NNA gets a brunt of those.
Oh, yeah.
What is the appropriate way to go through anything that they feel is not accurate?
Yeah, that's a great point. So there's two things. There is the dispute process, which is actually the process in which if somebody gets their background check back and they feel that something is not reportable.
Okay.
Many times people go to court or they have an attorney and they said, oh, this was supposed to drop off, or I paid my fine and this wasn't supposed to be reportable. We go to the sources at the court, through the motor vehicle department, and we run the searches and the results come back. We score the background check and then the notary gets an opportunity to see that, and based off their score, if there is information on there that they feel is inaccurate, we will do a reinvestigation of the background check at that source. Then from there, we will communicate with the notary what we found. This is still reportable. Check with a DMV, reach out to the attorney that you worked with that helped you with this. If the case for some reason was reported in error, a court clerk made a mistake, or some information was wrong at the courthouse, we would remove that information and rescore the background check. So that's the dispute process.
Okay, real quick. So the dispute process is they contact you, not someone from the NNA.
Yeah, because we are the consumer reporting agency that's actually building this report.
Got it.
So we interface with the notary. We have a great support team that can answer any questions that people have, and we receive several customer service calls about this process. The appeal process is through the NNA, where if somebody doesn't meet the requirements, they have the option to say, hey, here's the context in which this happened, and the NNA will review that and talk to them about it and see if an exception can be made.
Well, that's really interesting. I didn't realize there was kind of a secondary appeal with the NNA. So if someone has a secondary appeal with you, kind of talk through the process they would take.
They would basically just call customer care, say that they have an appeal, and then get them connected to the right people.
They standardized the process for background checks as opposed to individual companies having different requirements. And so they really kind of set the industry standard. So I think they've done a great job, and the suite of criminal searches that we run is the industry standard that you would run on any employment background check. Most companies would run. And the same thing by doing it annually. That's really becoming the norm, where companies are screening their employees annually. If it's Uber drivers or notary signing agents, it's becoming pretty much the standard to do it on an annual basis.